How y'all doing? It's Monday, people. I had to look down there and make sure I'm recording, baby. I don't miss it now. Sometimes I got to look twice to make sure I'm recording. It is Monday. If I'm not mistaken, this is over 104 Mondays that I've raised my voice, that I have spoke out since this man, Donnie the Orange Stain, up in our house, since that man won that last election. I have been using my voice. And it's not easy sometimes because this shit, it gets piled on all the time. And for somebody like me who's really passionate about our country and what we are supposed to stand for, then I get a little upset, and I have a tendency to let anybody who wants to know it. But, damn, here we are the day before, baby. We're the day before the election. First off, I want to call out my shirt, baby. I love this shirt. As soon as I opened the package, it came from Marianne Zucchelli and John Molitor from St. Petersburg, Florida, baby. And it says Blue Dot America. I love. I wore it into town earlier proudly, baby. I just really like it. Marianne first made a comment, and she made the comment in her letter that she found me about a year ago, and I kept showing up over there on the sidebar on her YouTube channel over there as recommended viewing. But with the way I look, she just thought, it's another Trumper spouting shit. I don't want to hear that crap. But after it kept showing up, she finally clicked on me. And now her and her partner, John, who is a Vietnam vet, thank you, brother, for your service. And they watch me all the time now. And she says she's glad that people feel as strongly as I do, and called me a beacon of hope. Ain't that sweet? She sent this shirt, and she also sent something else that I'm going to keep right here where it is right here. I have a few things out here in my view that remind me of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Well, of course, I keep Mousy Clark and Felix the cat over there, Mousy Clark in New Orleans. And let me switch that camera, baby. That's my to the polls, ye guardians of liberty. I love that. It's just a powerful statement. To the polls. That's what we all are. And we are guardians of liberty, have no doubt. Marianne and John sent me something else besides this t-shirt, though. And it's this little page. It looks like a dictionary. My eyes aren't that good to read that little bit of writing back there. But in big, bold print is a quote. And I love this quote. And I'm going to keep it right here so I can see it. And it says, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Our lives begin to end the day we are silent about things that matter. It's Martin Luther King Jr. And our lives begin to end. I'm not ready for my life to begin ending. I don't want to be silent about things that I have seen since this man threw his hat in the ring, since he descended upon that escalator like he was God Almighty himself. And believe me, he will proclaim himself to be. And I couldn't hold my tongue anymore. John and Marianne out in St. Petersburg, Florida, thank you very much for the shirt. And thank you very much for the quote. There was a donation in there, too. We appreciate that, too, darling. I also got a shirt today. I want to call it out. I already have a friend down in Costa Rica. His name's Charles Kelly. He's a veteran down there who is living Pura Vida, the pure life down in Costa Rica. And bless his heart, I hope his days are full of sunshine and good whiskey and you know what else, Charles. Anyway, I also got a letter today from another person in Costa Rica, Scotty Patrick Adams. Scott Adams. He lives up in Houston, but he's moved down to Costa Rica. And he sent me a shirt today. I want to hold it up there. Costa Rica, no army since 1948. I like that. Pura Vida, the pure life. That's what they call it down in Costa Rica. Pura Vida, that's the pure life, because they don't have an army, baby. They concentrate on three things: healthcare, education, and the environment. Ain't that a novel idea for their country? I love it. He is a fifth-generation Texan, and I love the story that he told me here because living down in Costa Rica, he's having a hard time getting an absentee ballot. He normally flies back to Houston for Thanksgiving, but because of this election, Scott Adams decided to fly. I did say that right, didn't I? I'm sorry. Yes, Scott Adams flew back early, and he's in Houston now. That's where he mailed us from to make sure that he could vote. He said he considered it sort of a poll tax that he had to pay to come back to vote, but it was one that he was willing to pay. I'm sure that flight wasn't cheap. He also sent me a pound of Costa Rican coffee, and this coffee is grown right next to his place on a farm up in the mountains in the clouds, he said, and he wanted me to enjoy it, and I will tremendously. And thank you, Scott, for being a patriot, buddy, for being concerned enough to take that extra effort to fly back here to cast your vote in this election because it is that important. I ran into a young lady this morning at a little store. I said, "Hey, did you vote yet?" She said, "No, I haven't." "Well, you got to get out there tomorrow and vote." She said, "Well, I should have, but I didn't register. I'm not registered to vote." She said, I don't think my vote would count. I told her that she just guaranteed that it wouldn't. Her voice won't be heard. Her vote won't be counted because she didn't go vote. And here in Texas, too late. You can't go register, I don't think. Her voice won't be heard. Her vote won't be counted. She will be one of those people who just decided that others will take care of this. Baby, we have to be the others because there is going to be a certain amount of our population that's just going to have something else to do on Tuesday. Got to stop by the store. They got to go by to do this or pay a bill or whatever it is that they got to do. There is no bigger bill that you can pay than this one is our country. The bill that comes due when we have an election day. The bill that calls upon your civic duty and your pride in this country to stand up and vote. And I was a little disappointed and sad when I drove away from that little store, wondering just how many other people weren't going to take the effort to vote. You have to get out and vote. You have to motivate other people to vote. You have to use your voice as much as you can, as much as you feel comfortable with. Share your voice because we can see what's happening. I watched, I want to throw this in here. I seen 60 Minutes did a story, and I didn't want to miss it because it was a political thing, and it was basically about Beto O'Rourke and Ted Cruz. And Beto O'Rourke, I'm telling you people, I don't give a shit what these polls say. They do not account for the movement that we have seen here in Texas. The amount of young people, again, that's who's going to make a big difference, that got out and early voted. Here in Texas is one of the states that have set records for early voting, bigger than the damn 2014 election, bigger than some states than the presidential election. There have been 31 million early votes cast in America. 31 million people have early voted. Do you want to take a wild guess on what side was really motivated? Who, as Ted Cruz said, would crawl over broken glass? Well, that would be us, baby. I got to get a sip of tea here. It's warm down here in Texas, thank goodness. For y'all that's paying attention, good news, they lowered my river by a foot. Now, a foot makes a big difference down here. That makes a difference going in and out here by boat or being able to drive in here. I'm able to drive in here, no problems. And we never got water under the house. They're going to leave it at this level for a while. If everything goes good at the lake, bingo, I'm good. Anything happen above the lake or in the lake, and they'll have to open more gates and raise the river again. So we'll just keep an eye on it, but we are prepared for it, and we're considering ourselves lucky. This is the third one that we've been through since we lived here, and we're getting to be an old hat at it. Anyway, I was watching the 60 Minutes thing, and And they asked Cruz what defined him, and I wrote it down. He said, I believe in free enterprise, the Constitution, and defending the Second Amendment. Because he's playing the Texas here, baby. Got to throw that Second Amendment shit in there, what's your guns? Because, fill in the blank, whatever Democrat you want is coming to get your guns. So-and-so is coming to get your guns. They're all coming. You idiots. Because that's who Ted Cruz is. He plays to the fear. That's what he does. Free enterprise. Yeah. Hey, Ted, didn't you go along with Donnie in providing those millions and millions of dollars of farm welfare because he cut off tariffs? I mean, he put tariffs on China, and the farmers weren't going to put them a little welfare out there, baby. Ted Cruz is all for that, socialism, baby. It goes a long way, doesn't it, Ted? Anyway, and he said he defended the Constitution and the Second Amendment. Glad he combined those two in there. Because he didn't add the 14th Amendment, don't tell me that you defend the Constitution of the United States of America when you are not willing to stand up to mean old Donnie the dictator and tell him you cannot do away with the 14th Amendment with the stroke of a pen. Ted did not do that. Ted cowered around like the little coward that Ted is and sucked up to Donnie and tried to get him to come down here and campaign for him. And, oh, Donnie's doing the greatest job ever. What happened to your balls, Ted? Donnie cut him off during the campaign back there, buddy, and you haven't grown them back? That's exactly what happened to Ted Cruz. He was castrated by Donnie, and he ain't never got his balls back yet. I don't want his ass in Texas, baby. Vote Beto O'Rourke. Don't vote for Cruz. He's a dork. Vote for Beto O'Rourke. Anyway, they put the question to Beto O'Rourke. And they put it to him directly. Are you running against Cruz? Or are you running against Trump? In a heartbeat, before he answered, in my heart, I knew, oh, what a perfect question to ask him. And he answered it just the way I knew he would. He said he wasn't running against either of them. He's not running against Ted Cruz. He's not running against Donnie the Dick. He is running for the American people and for the people of Texas. That's why he's running. He's running for something. He's not running against anything. That's how come this man went worldwide. People know his name, Beto, all over the world and across this United States. Because from the beginning, I told you, he is doing it the right way. No PAC money, no big funding. People visiting every county, 254. My wife and I laughed. And we said, did you know, as Texans, did you know how many counties we had? And I kind of went, not really before Beto. I know it now. 254. Some of them bigger than some states combined. I'm talking it's big, baby. And for that man to travel in his car, broadcasting it live all the time, going town to town. The first one I went to over in Alice, there was probably 100 people in that restaurant. I made a video of it. It's online. Joe's New York restaurant over in Alice, Texas. Maybe had 100 people in there. I was proud to be one of them. And now you see his rallies. Are you shitting me? You can't see the back of it. You can't see at the end of the crowd. If it's inside a building, it's packed. He has made himself a star because he has done exactly what every politician in this nation should take a note of. He's out to speak to the people. Republicans, Democrats, Independents, it doesn't matter. They're all welcome at his rallies, and he speaks to every one of them. And every time he was asked a question, he did not duck it. He answered the question the way an American should answer the question. I see a great, great inspiration in this man. I hope to see him in the White House someday. He is that good, and he speaks to that many people. And I am so proud to call him my future senator, baby. I'm proud of him and he lost. I am proud of his voice and the way he did this. And we should all have politicians like Beto O'Rourke. And Eric Olguin, who has done the same thing in my district. I am so proud of him for getting out, knocking the doors, visiting every town in his district. Michael Cloud, the congressman that swept in during that little special election. Ain't seen his ass nowhere except in a photograph that he snuck aboard Air Force One to sit next to Donnie to get the quick photo. Look at here. I'm with Donnie, the president. He's not interested in the people of this district. He's interested in money, baby. That's why he's in there. For his Republican. He's going to be another Blake Farenthold. He's just going to be another yes vote for the Republicans if he stays in there. Eric Olguin is like Beto. He will stand for the people of my district. And that's why I want Eric Olguin to win. Woo! You know, there was a guy on TV there, and he said something that just hit me really good. He said people have to look at Texas a different way than they do because, you know, you people outside of our state, when you say, oh, people down there in Texas, they're a bunch of idiots with guns and they all support Trump. No, baby, look at me. I hate the guy. I don't want him anywhere near my White House, and there are plenty of people, blue dots in this country, out in the country, that will stand up for the values that we know are true. And anyway, this old boy said that you have to look at Texas like an AM/FM radio. AM, being the Republicans, is full of like preachers talking and talk show, right-wing talk radio, and preachers on there trying to tell you you're going to hell if you don't donate to them or something like that. That's like AM radio. And then there's FM, baby. AM, that's amplitude magnification. They yell at you. FM, baby. Frequency modulation. Get it fine-tuned. Get the message across. Hear the nuance in the music and the tone in the voice. That's FM, baby. That's the other half of Texas down here. That's the progressive Texas. Oh, Ted Cruz down there was bragging the other day. Hey, you know, there's 1,000 people a day moving to Texas. Excuse me. That's right, Ted. They're coming to the friendly state, Lone Star State. You think they're all Republicans, Ted? I don't think so, buddy. There's a lot of progressives moving into Texas because it's a good state to live in, baby. I love Texas, and but we're fierce and we're independent. And if you think you can come down here and sell your stupid ass shit like Ted Cruz tries to do, buddy, I'm too smart for that. I listen to the nuance. I listen to the modulation in the voice. So that's right, baby. I'm FM. Anyway, I just thought that was pretty neat little thing. Well, the Democrats are running on health care. That's great. What are the Republicans running on? The only thing the Republicans have to offer you or anybody else is fear. Unless you're rich, baby, then they'll offer you tax cuts, baby. Hey, we're going to give you a big corporate tax cut. You won't have to pay taxes anymore. You can lay on your island and just, I don't know, get fat, dumb, and lazy. Because you'll be so ultra rich, who would give a shit about anything? As for the rest of us down here, baby, get your ass up and go to work in the morning. That's what this is down here. Ain't nothing changed. You know, you wake up in the morning, you go to work, baby. Mexican rapist. That's what Donnie started with when he came down that escalator. Went right into the Muslim ban and scaring you. It's all about fear, baby, with this man. He sells disgrace. He sells fear, anger, and disgrace to that side. Transgender. I wrote down a bunch of things I remembered. I didn't dig into it. I just remember some of the stuff off. Transgender in the military. Really? No more transgender in the military because I said so. No, you're a dick. You're an idiot. You didn't ask anybody. You just listened to your little evangelical white Christian friends over there, them preachers over there that are praying for you every damn time we see them on TV. While they suck the blood out of the people donating them to. Declared that transgenders would no longer be. Hey, Donnie, they're still there, buddy. You dick. Charlottesville, and who can remember that, especially lately, coming up with the attack on the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh. And that's not y'all have to remember. Yes, We've had Christian churches shootings. We've had black evangelical churches shot up and people killed. It's like this hatred. They'll kill anybody. Pick a church. It doesn't matter to them. Jewish church, a synagogue. Oh yeah, look at them Jews. We gotta kill them. Look at that there. Who's that idiot out in North Carolina? Oh, look, a black church. I'll go in there and kill everybody. Down here in Texas, church up in Sutherland Springs, a little Christian church. I think of them all, 400 something rounds of ammunition shot into that church by an AR-15. And yet we still don't talk about gun control. We've seen it time and time. We've seen it in Las Vegas. We see it in our schools, our churches. Doesn't matter where they are. There's been over 200 mass shootings this year. Over 200. You'll hear about them all the time in the news because they're just so commonplace. A yoga studio the other day. Are you shitting me? Charlottesville, when he chanted, "Jews will not replace us," and Donnie tells us that there's good people on both sides. He told us who he was. He told us when he came down the escalator. He's a racist. That's what he is. He thinks his pure blood, his genes, them genes, they're the perfect genes in the world. They're the grandest genes in the world. He said shit like that. He's got great brains. I don't know shit for brains if you ask me. Caravans. Boy, he's on that kick right now. We've already been through one caravan. It came up there. What did we get? Kids in cages. And there's still 200 and something of them who have not been reunited with their families. Are you shitting me? We don't talk about that. It's going to happen again because Donnie's taking the same hardcore attitude that he did then. We'll separate. I'll build a tent city out there. They'll live in the desert for years before I let them in my country. That's Donnie. Unless, of course, you move to one of his fine condominiums there, pay a whole bunch of money. You can come in, have a doctor on call right there, have your old pregnancy right there, have your baby, get your American birth certificate, pay the bill, and out the door you go. Next. That's the immigration that Donnie wants. Pay, baby. You pay for that birth certificate, and it's okay. It's good. Donnie's making money off of that shit. Come here and ask for asylum, have a child in this country, and it's not an American citizen because he's brown and he didn't pay enough. They pay with their blood, their sweat, their tears coming up from Honduras and Central America because we refuse to help them down there. We're too busy going on golf trips or some bullshit. This asshole has not visited the troops yet. This asshole has not visited our military yet. He's a disgusting coward. He was a coward when his country called on him. He's a coward now to even go with all the security they give a president. Donnie is still a basic coward. Our military is a photo op for him. He uses them. He sends them down to the border to go string miles and miles of concertina wire. For what, Donnie? A photo op, baby. Millions of dollars, baby. Millions of dollars. And now we're getting the patriots involved. Those fake ass cockroach patriots, they think. The militias. We got one here in Texas Minuteman or something like that. They're getting their gear on, baby. Oh, they're getting their flat jack, their gear, their canteen, everything, baby. Let's go down to the border. Get your AR-15, Bob. Let's go, Joe. They're gonna come down here. They're gonna act like they're patrolling around, saying that they're helping. No, they're getting in the way of law enforcement. The Border Patrol has a system down there. Your stupid ass tromping around out in the brush, making trails everywhere, is really gonna be helpful, you dick. They just want to play Army. They want to go down there. They're getting the opportunity. Maybe he can shoot somebody and get away with it. With his little AR-15 that he likes to play Army with. The Paris Accord, the Iran deal. Saudi Arabians hacking people up. Russians paying him through his properties and everywhere else they can do. Jared Kushner in bed with him and the Saudis. You feel real confident in this government? No, I see a bunch of con people draining every drop of blood out of this country. Leeches, parasites. Not only on the financial end, but on the moral, and that's what gets me, the moral fiber of our country. These leeches, these parasites are eating on that, degrading it every day with his little parade of hate. Oh, he's got Sean Pennywaist, Hannity, and Rush Limpdick out there today with him to really rile up the little minions, to get them mad, to get them fearful of those blood-thirsty marauders coming up through the border that'll be here in a month or so. That's not the point. They want to rile them up. They'll be there today. They're over there at the river right now, putting their fake war paint on and all that stuff. Donnie, they're all getting ready to come across the... It's disgusting. The day we become silent about things that matter. These things matter. We need to leave that country 100 years from now. For those that we won't know, and those faces that we need to leave this for them. And we're seeing it on decline. We're seeing it under attack. I've seen where Fox News and NBC, Fox News even pulled his little racist ad he's been running. Under protest, I guess. NBC running that little racist freaking ad. Are you shitting me? NBC refused to run it. Fox run it a little bit and they had to pull it. Hate crimes are up. Bigots in videos. Bombs in mail. Hell, ain't it been a grand time in America? Can't look at that shit. Woo, baby. We built a family here. A family of blue dots across America. I don't say I built this. We built this. I'm just a mouth. I'm just a cheerleader. That's all I am. I'm no more than any one of you out there. So many people have turned on their cameras. Leo Shahaki, Richard Anderson, Joe Riddle, who has tried his heart out. Kathy Larkin turned hers on. And people that let me come onto their shows like Bob Kincaid and Tim Cormall have allowed me to use my voice on their shows to extend the message. Andy Paguda, who every day, the filthy mouth liberal buddy, and he's had some rough times, and he keeps doing this because he feels it's important, and it is. It's why we all do it. I want to thank Candy Guidry, Monica Orr Byron, Joe Riddle, and Kat Bell over at John Bernabo Speaks Blue Dot Family. They're the admin over there. But before them, I want to thank Don, the mysterious Don, who started that fan page and believed in me. And that page has now gone over to, what did I write down? JBS has 8,610 family members. That's a lot of people. I have 15,500 something followers on my Facebook. We're over 9,600 and something on YouTube. We built a big family on this blue dot in Texas. But this blue dot in Texas ain't. I'm just the pom-poms, baby. I'm just the cheerleader. It's us combined, every one of us standing up for the rights that we believe every American in this country should have. regardless of who they are, regardless of their skin tone, of their sexual preferences or their sexual identity. Anything. It's none of your damn business. Christians, Muslims. It doesn't matter about their religion. Their religion should be between them and their God. As long as you keep it out of my government, I'm fine with it. Michael Sean, who I put right there on the top of the list of people that have helped out. That's why I can record this show. He donated this MacBook Pro, which if anybody knows anything, that's not a cheap gift, buddy. That's a very expensive gift to give to somebody you don't know. And I seen him dress up at Halloween the other day, and he was reminding the parents to vote because he knows it's important. And he believed in me, and he sent me this thing, and it's kept me going. Zach Hendricks, who has sent me gear. Deborah Gerlach, up in Delaware, baby, she's helped out so much. Madeline Bell and Buddy Davis, people like that who've written to me. The friends I've met, and I wrote them down because I don't want to miss some of them. Sarah Lopez down here in South Texas, who has shown me so much of what one person can do, motivating to help others. And it didn't matter to her if you were a Republican or a Democrat. There was a need during a flood, and she stepped up, and it was just amazing. Some great guys, Greg Talbert and Tom Walls, who both could kiss my ass for the motorcycles they own. And Tom had a terrible accident, and I hope he's doing good. Eva Adams, Iris Villagiante, and Claire Dines from Germany and Scotland. Jackie and Tony Curtius and Curtis and Sue Poole over in England, and the people we've lost, and I don't have to look down. Norman Pincombe here lately, one of our Blue Dot family members. Michelle Foster, Dennis Gent. These are Blue Dots we've lost in our family, and several others. But the family continues to grow, because the message that I try to send and that every one of us believe in is equality, equal justice under the law, a fair shot for everybody. The rich don't get it all. It's who we are. I'll stand up for you, and I have no doubt in my heart that every one of you would stand up for me. And that's the country that we all have been striving for from the beginning of this country. There have been a certain group of people that have always strived for those ideals that our country was based on, the ideals that were given to us in our Constitution. It has just taken a very long fight to make that paper apply to all of us, and we will not let any president come by with a swipe of a pen and take anything out of that document. It takes all of us to do that. Baby, I want to thank Margaret Gackey down in Sydney, Australia, who just recently sent us a PayPal donation. We appreciate that. And also Keith Thompson, who has done it numerous times, came through with another PayPal. We appreciate it, Keith. He's been a loyal fan and a tremendous help in this, and some of the most good timing I've ever seen. I want to also thank Mark Novick. He's a new $25 Patreon member, and I heard a horn honk. Somebody will get it. And my son also informed me when I hit the button, like this one, and get over here on this camera, they'll have a new list of names of those up on Patreon who have donated and keep this show going. And believe me, I can't say enough about our Patreon family. $1 a month and stuff like that, when combined with so many others, makes a big difference in this family. And we appreciate every one of them combined with the and I don't want to forget the people over at YouTube who has watched my videos. I wrote that thing down. We have 614,972 views on YouTube, and that made us about $170 something. We got a check from YouTube. So hey, everybody over at YouTube, and if you get a chance, if you're not signed up on YouTube, it doesn't cost you a dime to subscribe. Run over there, subscribe over to YouTube, take it out over there. I get a little revenue, penny, quarter penny, whatever it is. They run Trump ads on my... I swear that makes me mad, but what are you going to do? We've grown a big family, people, and I want you to know, it's not over yet, baby. Tomorrow is the vote. Tomorrow gives us the power to start the work that will clean our house up. So it's not over by a long shot. Let me see if I got that right. Y'all check the names out there because Travis chained them up, and we want to thank those Patreon members. Oh, man, I could go like, share, and subscribe, all that stuff. I know I've gone over time. I'm long-winded. But this family is important. Tomorrow's the day. Get out and vote, baby. It's the biggest thing. If you haven't already voted, tomorrow, get out and vote. No excuses. Get off your ass. Start looking for your car keys right now, like Bill Maher said. Get out and vote. It's the most important vote of your lifetime. And we need to make an impact, and we need to send a message. And so y'all do that. So like, share, and subscribe. John Bridevoe, Blue Dot in Texas, on YouTube. John Bridevoe on Facebook. John Bridevoe Speaks, Blue Dot Family. Go by there and join the family. It's growing by leaps and bounds, baby. You want to be a member of the family. And on Twitter, at Blue Dot in Texas. And I think that's a trash truck that hasn't made it back here since the water's been up. And I hope my trash cans are up there. I don't know. Anyway, y'all have a good day. And we'll see you tomorrow, baby. Bye.